Good evening, everybody. Welcome to PatFacts, 18 September 2020. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. I forgot what day it was for a sec. And having a great week, getting ready to head into the weekend. And speaking of the weekend, as you may have heard me mention a few times, this weekend is the Barrie Terry Fox Run. It's the 40th anniversary of Terry's Marathon of Hope. This will be the fourth year that I've put in a team through Pat on Your Back personal fitness. So it's something I've taken part in for a long time. When I worked for the hey Sheila, yes, hey, hello again. Long time no see. When I worked for the Canadian Armed Forces, Terry Fox Run is a big event there that we take part in every year. So I had the privilege as a fitness and sports instructor to lead the warm-up with a few colleagues. Hey, Natty, for a few years in a row. Then we would hop in and kind of join in with the run, or we maybe run opposite to kind of spot and make sure everyone's doing okay. Hey, Keelan Dance, Kalandi Dance, sorry. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. And then when I switched to rec, I helped with the warm-up a little bit, but then I was fortunate enough to be asked to MC the event at Base Borden for 2 years, being a bilingual base. Hello again, Bonnie. Again, good to see everybody again. Being a bilingual base, and I'm bilingual, I was asked to MC the event for 2 years. So that was, again, a big honor and a great experience. And so motivating to see the response to the Terry Fox Run and how important it is. It's a big fundraiser that the military really gets behind. Usually there's head shaving fundraisers and different events going on through the day that kind of even the week leading up to it. Typically they do quite a bit. Hey Dan, hope we're doing well, buddy. Good to see you. So it was great to be a part of it, and I didn't get to be there for it, but when I was in Afghanistan, we ran a Terry Fox run there. And it was special to help lead and plan for that. I was on my leave during it, so I didn't get to take part there. But I was able to help organize it and still have my shirt with the Afghanistan patch on the sleeve, so a little bit of a unique shirt from that. So it was cool, again, to be there and be part of it, and again, to see the worldwide reach that Terry has, because there were troops from all over the world at base with us, and they all took part. Were signing up and helping out because they were taking part in their countries as well back home. So it was really special to see the impact that a fellow Canadian has had on the world, and raising money and funds and knowledge and what's the word I'm trying to think of? Awareness of a cause, and trying to raise funds to help find a means to an end of a cause, and at least try to limit maybe the severity that people go through when they get diagnosed. If you joined me about a month or so, it was July actually now, the anniversary of when Terry actually ran through Barrie on his marathon. Michael, the chair of the Barrie Terry Fox committee, was on and mentioned, as a survivor himself, the advances he's seen because he's gone through it a couple times, and just the difference in treatments and technology because of the research. So it was nice to hear that side. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a hold of Mike. I was hoping to have him back on, but I just wasn't able to get a hold of him in time to figure out a schedule. So maybe we'll try after, just kind of a debrief to see. But again, it's something I've been a part of. My family takes part every year. The first year I put a team in. My parents were here from Nova Scotia at the time. My in-laws, we had some friends and other family. And then again, every year since I've put in the team, and it's been very fun for me to show that support and be part of the community. It's a very strong community builder. I always find it's one of those events that you go to and you take part in, and you feel better. You feel positive, you feed off everybody's energy. Everyone's there to support that cause. And again, to carry on Terry's name, to give research, to raise funds for research for the Cancer Foundation. So again, everyone kind of feeds off each other's energy. It's kind of really that positivity pandemic we talk about, kind of in action in one spot. So it's always fun. And this year I was super excited because last year I was selected to lead the warm-up for the group. So I was supposed to be up on the stage and lead the warm up for everybody this year. I usually do it for my team, and then we kind of join in. And I've been kind of trying to work this out over a couple of years, again, based on my experiences in doing so at the base, and just what I'm looking to do as a brand. I thought it was a really good fit. And then it finally worked out. And then, well, you know what happened this year. Everything that's going on, the run's gone virtual, which obviously is a great idea. When they announced it really early, and admittedly when they announced, I thought, oh, already you're switching to virtual, because it was very early on when things sort of went into a little bit of a shutdown and restrictions. And I thought, oh, I would think by September things will be sort of cleared up and better, but I guess they knew, because they're not, and maybe going a little bit the opposite way right now. So it's a virtual run for this year. So they realized that it's not going to be quite the same as being there with everyone. And last year they broke fundraising records. They raised the most money at the run they've ever raised in Barrie. Will Dwyer, if you know him, if you're in Barrie, you have. He's the $1 million man. His goal was to raise $1 million for the Terry Fox Foundation. He's been fundraising for years, in addition to other groups he's supporting. And he reached $1 million last year. So Terry's cousin was there, presented him with a nice gift of thanks, which was amazing. Now Will's on to $2 million. And he's into, I think he's in his 80s or 90s. Sheila, do you know how old Will is? He's up in his 80s, I'm pretty sure. Kimmy, hey, good evening. You made it. You're close. So yeah, Will is pushing ahead again and looking for that next $1 million to get $2 million for cancer research. And again, he volunteered. They listed all the stuff he did as well last year, and it was crazy to hear all the different things he does in addition to trying to raise all those funds for the Terry Fox organization. So again, they knew that this year wasn't going to be the same because we're virtual, we're not all together. But what they're trying to do is create a bit of an atmosphere over virtual platforms. And if you've been with me, we've talked about back in, it was April, I think the first time when Easter happened, I talked about new traditions, making the most of this year, starting new traditions, even if they're just traditions for this year. Do something new, do something different, embrace it. We can't all be together for family dinner I mentioned at Easter. Let's do something virtually where we can at least chat with each other and do something and make that a tradition. So we're trying to do that with the Terry Fox Run this year. They're calling it One Day Your Way is the theme this year. And the idea is basically to run wherever is comfortable for you. So around your block, if you're at a park or a trail, you can go for a hike. Even I would say if you have your home gym and have a treadmill or a stationary bike, you could hop on that. Remember, it's called the Terry Fox Run, but you don't have to run. You can run, you can walk, you can wheel, whatever works for you. And that's what I like about the Terry Fox Run, is it doesn't have to be a run. There's no pressure in it, really. It's a fundraiser, and it's there to promote community and promote awareness for the cause. So there's no timing chips or anything like that. So it's a nice way to get into things and maybe get a couple runs in or have something to train for without maybe having the stress of other runs. So again, the theme is One Day Your Way. You can see it there on Facebook on the screen. Instagram, I'll post this version later so you can see it. But that's their mandate, is to try to make it as if you were with everybody else. So if you want to wear costumes and bright colors and different things, I know Jen, who's usually here, is planning on wearing a big bright tutu, I believe, and a costume and tights and leg warmers and things. Again, to make it an experience, make it fun, enjoy and enjoy the moment and the event, and try to create that energy and that positivity pandemic. If you've been here with me for a few months, you've heard that before. It's kind of an extension of that, of trying to create positive energy. At 95, thank you, Sheila. Will Dwyer is 95, and he met $1 million last year over the years. And again, now he's still fundraising. $2 million is his next goal. Thank you, Sheila. I knew you'd know. Sheila's been involved with the Terry Fox committee for a number of years with photography and different things. That's where we didn't meet there, but that's where I got to know her when I first year I put my team in. So thanks, Sheila. Will, 95, the $1 million man, we call him. And again, he's out fundraising as best he can during this time. 2 million now is his goal. He's always, again, ascend till the end. He's always going forward and moving on. Kimmy says, I can only give you 5K, and after that, it's death. that's okay if you can do a 5K. Terry's Fox is either 5K or 10K. Again, run, walk, wheel, whatever you like. Make it work for you. Find an area for you. Like Kimmy's been running already, so she's probably has routes that she can use. Again, just out for a walk. Get your family together, get the house together, and I'll go for just a walk. Enjoyable walk outside, get some fresh air. I think it's supposed to be nice from what I hear on Sunday, so a great day to have it. So one day your way, make it your own. If you have a team and you guys have the hats or the shirts, the gray shirt I had on this morning was my shirt last year. The red one over there was our first year. I made those with iron-ons by hand, finished them the night before, then went to the hats with the name on the side. And then last year I had some partners that supported me and had some shirts made. So I didn't do that this year because people were kind of all over and not sure what was going to go on with things. I decided to not do that. So, but next year, if we're all back together, we'll get back into that again. We'll make these shirts. We all show up together. We warm up together. We go to the group together, and then we take part in the run. So again, to create that, just like here, that small community together, and then we help influence the big community in our area. Natty says, good for him. Yes, such an impressive feat for Will Dwyer to get that $1 million. And again, I just thought, not knowing about him, that, that's what he does. But no, he volunteers here in the Legion and raises money for this. He's a veteran of the Canadian Armed Forces as well. So impressive, everything Will does. But what they want to do, again, is create that environment. So if you have team shirts, wear those shirts. If you have costumes, or if you want to get together and dress in a theme, a couple of people suggested we do like an 80s theme together. I was hoping to do some physical distant kind of event as a team, but with everything kind of going the way it is right now, I don't want to push it and put anybody at risk, and not knowing how many other people might think of the same thing and how busy certain places could be. I don't want to put people at risk. So we're going to do it virtually. Unfortunately, I know a few of us talked about it and we were looking forward to doing something together, but from a distance. But unfortunately, we're not going to do that this year, just for everyone's safety. So find the best spot for you to get your run or walk or wheel in. You can take part in it. You donate or raise a little some funds if you want. There's a couple days left before it begins, and things stay open after too. So as things kind of come in, they can add that to the total. So it's not too late to join in. You still can. Again, I put the team in this year. If you've been here, you've heard me mention it. If you go to terryfox.ca, I think works as well, or .org, and sign up, you have to sign up as an individual. But then throughout the registration portion, there's a spot where you can search for a team to join a team. So if you search for Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness, our team will come up. You can join, and then as you raise funds, it just counts towards our total raised. And I think over the last 3 years, we're over $1,000 for sure. I didn't get a chance to look and see after last year, but we're well over $1,000 raised in the last 3 years. So it's been really great to come together, have people repeat and be there with us each year. Some come in and had to move on to other things or have commitments. That happens, but it's been a fun experience and nice to be a part of. And then I was able to stay last year and in the rain and kind of walk around and see some of the other vendors, and the local radio stations are there. They always MC the event. So it's a really cool experience. So again, they had such an energy. And again, if you heard Michael talk, they wanted to make it an event where people didn't just go and do the run and then go home. They wanted people to stay and hang out and see vendors and learn more about the foundation and research and where things were going, and about Terry and his experiences and his marathon. So they really tried to add to it over the years. And last year was a really great event with lots again, energy and positivity. So they're trying to hold on to that as much as they can. So what they want you to do is, as you do the run or after you're doing the run, take some pictures, upload them, social media, tag at BarryTFR on Instagram, Facebook. I think at BarryTFR will bring it up, but Barry Terry Fox Run. They have a page on Facebook as well. You can use the hashtag One Day Your Way. Try Like Terry they used earlier this year as a way to, Terry had to try new things. He had to learn how to walk again after he lost the leg, and then train to get running again, and then start his Marathon of Hope. He was a distance runner but had to relearn things with an artificial limb. So the try like Terry, the spirit and the legacy, they want those things to be carried on by each of us individually this year, as opposed to in a group setting, again, just for everyone's safety. So that's what I'll be doing Sunday morning. And what the Barry Terry Fox committee is going to do, they're going to do a Facebook Live kind of opening ceremonies, usually at the waterfront at Centennial Beach. If you haven't been there, they have the big stage, the opening ceremonies. The red shirts, the cancer survivors are there. They lead us off. There's usually an anthem and some presentations and some speeches or welcome messages. Again, we can't do that this year altogether. So they're going to be meet by the Hope Tree down by the Tiffin boat launch. They're going to have a drone with some footage for them. And then they're going to do a little opening ceremony for everyone there. Since I can't do the warm-up in person, what we're going to do is I'm going to record a warm-up for everyone. They're going to post it on the Barry Terry Fox Run Facebook page so people can do the warm-up if they need to before they head out, and then they can head out on their way to get on with their, again, walk, run, wheel, whatever they can fit in. I'm just trying to, I did that this morning, and there were some glitches, as you guys noticed that were with me this morning. The internet was wonky again, so it didn't, it cut out a few times on me. So I'll finish that this evening and get it off for just a few minutes, just to move and have some fun, get warm, get loose, and then we can head off into the run. So thanks, Natty. Yeah, it's nice that they're going to do that and do. There's the Hope Tree that's been dedicated to Terry down at the waterfront. So again, if you look up Barry Terry Fox Run, I think Facebook's going to host it. You could try Instagram and see, but I think Randy mentioned just Facebook. So they might just have one platform because of the technology and everything they're doing. But again, if you look up Barry Terry Fox Run, it should come up. If not, send me a message and I'll send you the link to the Facebook page. Sheila says, just to get back, sorry, Sheila wasn't ignoring you. Will, the $1 Million Man, plans to ride his scooter around his retirement home for 5 kilometers. So again, Will's in the retirement home, probably very isolated with things going on, but still he's fundraising as he can, and he's going to ride his scooter around his retirement home for 5 kilometers, making sure, and knowing Will, it won't be 4.6 or 4.9, it'll be 5 at least that he'll do. So thank you, Sheila, for mentioning that. I think I'd heard that and forgot about it. So I appreciate all the input tonight. You're like the Will Dwyer correspondent for us. I appreciate that. Yeah, Natty says, yay, I love him. Yeah, he's so great, so selfless, and he's actually influencing. I saw some last year, some other people who have said, I'm going to raise $1 million for Terry Fox. And they were trying to go around asking. Unfortunately, most people I saw them ask said, I already gave Will some money this year. So he's going to have a bit of a little rough go. But once he can find his niche, that's so great that, again, others are feeling that. Definitely, Natty, a huge inspiration. For sure, Will is a big inspiration to the community here, and everyone knows him because you see him out canvassing for funds, and then again, he's always there at each year at the run with a shirt on, usually with his total amount and how much progress he's making for it as well. So I haven't had the pleasure of talking with him yet, but I've heard he's great to talk to and has great stories and things to talk about as well. Kimmy, they don't serve cheesecake afterwards. I'm sorry. Usually they have pizza and some cookies and some fruit and chocolate milk to snack on. This year they won't because we're meeting virtually. But maybe we can mention it to the committee for next year to maybe have cheesecake, and then you could come up to Barry and do the Barry Terry Fox Run. I'll mention that to the chair when I talk to them next and see if we can get that in. Maybe I'll put an inspiration. Nice. You know what, Kimmy? I'll get a cheesecake and I'll put it at the 10K mark. And if you run 10K, you can eat the cheesecake. How about that? We'll do that. We'll get up to that 10K mark eventually. That's right, Sheila. Yes, thank you. Sheila says, and I believe he's at the farmers market on Sunday fundraising. Yeah, we have a local farmers market, and I did hear that as well, Sheila. Thank you. Yeah, that he's there on Sundays fundraising still to get towards that 2 million goal. So 95, he's fundraised $1 million over the years for the Terry Fox Run, in addition to other charities. Plus, he's still fundraising at farmers markets on the weekends. Saturday, I may have said Sunday when I read it because the run, but Saturdays and he's going to ride his scooter for 5K around his retirement home as part of the Terry Fox run. So if nothing, you get nothing else from this talk, there's a 95-year-old who's going to ride a scooter for 5K around. He's raised over $1 million for an organization and money for others, and he's still going strong. So there's some inspiration, as Natty said. There's some motivation for you to keep going, to move forward. And he doesn't rush it. He didn't raise $1 million yesterday. It took him time. He was patient. He was consistent. He had a plan. He stuck with it, and he reached his goal. Yes, Sheila, thanks. Saturday is the market. I can read, I swear. I think because of the run, I had Sunday on the brain. But yeah, he's at the Saturday farmers market raising money. Thanks, Sheila, for that. We're just going to bring you on next time, Sheila, and you can fill in the blanks. Kimmy says 10K, yikes, better bring some oxygen. I'll make sure the cheesecake has extra in it for you. Bonnie says, good luck, everyone, and stay safe on Sunday. Thanks, Bonnie. Appreciate it. Yes, good luck to everyone involved. Right, Natty, yeah, puts things in perspective. Natty says, I can't complain about my knees when he's moving and grooving at 95. And it's perspective. We all have sort of different things we have to deal with and work through. But again, it's kind of working through them as best we can. Or if we can't do what we used to, we modify a little bit and change plans and stay the course. But definitely, Natty, puts things in perspective, kind of those different, how much of a problem or how big are your problems actually when you kind of look at things in perspective and put them like that. But again, maybe it's just a matter of looking at different ways of doing things. So again, I just wanted to mention that one more time, talk about the event itself. I was hoping, again, like I said, to have Michael on, but I wasn't able to reach out to him in time to book something. So, but I did learn in looking up some things that Terry did play basketball, and it was a distance runner. And after he lost his leg, he played wheelchair basketball and was a national champion 3 times in that, which I didn't realize. The first Terry Fox run was held in 1981. Is growing to involve millions of participants in over 60 countries. So again, it's not just a Canadian thing. Over 60 countries, according to Wikipedia, are taking part in the Terry Fox run, and it's the world's largest one-day fundraiser for cancer research. So far, over $750 million have been raised as of January 2018. So again, we're a year and a bit past that now, so that's even more up there. So you can see that again, Terry wasn't just the marathon. That's what he's known for, obviously, but he was a competitor and athletic and really driven. You can see, and you can maybe understand now why he did what he did, because he was probably very motivated and a driven individual, taking part in those sports and being athletic and going through what he went through. It made him it sort of made sense for him to do what he did, because that's just the type of person that he was. Sorry, there's something else I wanted to see here. That was it. Sorry. So that was a surprise to me that he was, again, a basketball player. I didn't remember that if I had heard it, and a wheelchair basketball afterwards as well. So again, going through what he went through, and again, modifying and adapting to what he had to do after the fact, after he lost a limb. It would have been very easy for him to feel depressed and feel sad and kind of have a woe is me attitude and just kind of sit and not do anything. But he kept moving. He kept staying motivated. He kept driving forward. He kept his life, basically, but he just modified it. He changed it how he had to still make the most of it, to still live the life he wanted to. He just had to modify it a little bit. So again, there's usually always some kind of option. Hey, Barton, welcome. There's usually some sort of option and way to move forward all the time. Again, we say, good timing, Martin, ascend till the end. That's what Terry Fox did. He unfortunately had to go through losing a limb, but he didn't let that stop him. He kept ascending. He kept getting better. He turned to wheelchair basketball instead of basketball. Once he learned to walk again and started training, he trained to do the Marathon of Hope, and ran from Newfoundland to Thunder Bay before, again, he ultimately became sick and had to stop the event. But again, there's a way. where there's where there's a Will Dwyer, $1 Million Man, there's a way. Sometimes we have to look through it. Sometimes we have to work with people. Maybe we have to throw out some ideas, get some ideas back, get some suggestions back of what we're maybe need to do. Maybe we try some things, and if they don't work, we go back to the drawing board, try something again. But there's different ways and strategies that we can put things into place to help us continue to move forward. It's the same thing with people. As we age, some people go, I'm old. Guess that's it. And then they get extra complications and things going on because they kind of give up almost. Or they go, I guess that's what I got to do because I'm old. Where you're going to get old. That's a matter of life. But we can slow down the effect it has on us by staying active, by taking really good care of ourselves in all those facets we talk about. And if you have the desire and the will and the inspiration that maybe sometimes you have to generate from yourself or find from others, then we can kind of keep moving forward. But sometimes it's about looking for that path and looking for those alternate routes that maybe we have to take because of certain situations that have happened to us. Kimmy says, I had bad knees and had to lose weight, started walking a ton. She moved up to walking 5K, then started running, and her knees are much better now. That's awesome, Kimmy. Good to hear. And so we can see now, Kimmy went from not being a runner with bad knees to now running 5K a couple times a week, 3 times a week, I believe. And a lot of people say, oh, don't run, it's bad for your knees. Her knees feel great because she got into running. But you notice she didn't just run 5K right away. She made some changes. She was walked up to a 5K. She built up to that. And then she progressed into running for a 5K. Again, there's plans and processes to put in place to work towards certain goals, to work through things. And ultimately that helped her knees. Where a lot of people go, oh, running's hard on your knees. You shouldn't do that. If you overdo it and don't do other things, don't cross train, that could over time have an effect on your knees. But sometimes just moving and getting out and using them and making those lifestyle changes can have an effect. 3 times a week, Kimmy says, yeah, but trying to do more, but small steps for sure. That's all it is, small steps, one day at a time, send till the end. Maybe it's extra walk first. 3 days a week is a run. Maybe the 4th day is a nice brisk walk for 5K. And then as that builds up, then it becomes a run-walk interval where we run a bit, walk a bit, run a bit, walk a bit. And then over time, that becomes the 4th day of a 5K. Or maybe those 3 days of 5K become 6K. And then 6.5K, 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 over time, or wherever the goal is. Maybe instead of adding an extra day, extra distance comes into place. Or maybe instead of extra distance, Kimmy starts timing her 5K. Not that you have to, but that's another example. And then maybe she tries to run the 5K faster over time. And that's the training goal. Again, there's so many different ways you can go and work around this. There's not just one way to do things. Terry played basketball. He didn't just play basketball. He lost a limb. He transitioned to wheelchair basketball. He learned how to walk and run and then train to run a marathon across a country and made it about halfway. And his legacy still lives on 40 years later in over 60 countries and raised over $750 million for research. That's his legacy. That's his input and his contribution, just one of them. Again, that's lasted for years and years and years and will continue to last on. His family carries it on. All of us that take part in it carried it on as well. And so you can see how one person can make a difference. Start with yourself. He chose to stay positive. He chose to be motivated and to evolve and grow and embrace what he was going through and make the most of it. And then that trickled all out across the world where everyone is feeling the impact and knows of Terry Fox and his legacy and his story and what he did. So sometimes making little changes in ourselves and making ourselves better, again, that positivity pandemic we talk about, that's when that spreads. You make yourself better, you get stronger, you get more efficient. That positivity starts to radiate and extend from you to those around you. And then those people feed off that, and then it expands off of them, and those people around them feed off it, and it grows and grows. It's that pebble effect. So we talk about drop a pebble in the water, and it's the ripples that come out. So again, that's where it always starts, and then it builds out from there, taking better care of those around us. And again, we talk about it, role modeling, even if you don't think of yourself as a role model, or you're not trying to, or sometimes you don't even know people, but they're looking at you as a role model. They notice. There's probably people that go, hey, that Kimmy's running like 3 days a week. We see her run today. She's out. Or someone she doesn't even know goes, hey, there's that girl again that runs all the time. When I first saw her, she was just walking. Now she's running a couple times a week. Wow. Maybe if she can do it, maybe like she looks like she's lost some weight, and if she can do it, maybe I can do it. And we can inspire people even without, again, knowing them and being involved with them. That's why it's always important to put our best foot forward as much as we can. We're all going to have off days. That happens. Again, important thing is dust yourself off, set yourself for success the next day as best you can. So Kimmy says 28 minutes today for 5K. That's good, Kim. Sub half hour, 28 minutes. I like that's good. That's a good time. For Sunday, let's see, 24 minutes. Just kidding. Whatever works for you. So again, I just wanted to, again, just touch on Terry, touch on the run, because I feel like I haven't done as much as I wanted to leading up to it, to speak on it and promote it. As I mentioned, terryfox.org. I'm on the Barry Facebook page. It has terryfox.ca, so I'm sure that works as well. If you go to the Terry Fox website, again, if you want to sign up and join our team, again, you can from anywhere. I know we have viewers in from different parts of Ontario. Some of my Nova Scotia friends and family and former clients talked about signing up when we first mentioned it a few months ago. Again, you still can. We're doing it virtually. You can run from or walk or wheel from wherever you are, but you can join the team. We can all be a team together and help each other and grow and build. So terryfox.org or .ca. Sign up as an individual. Search for Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness. When you get to that section, you join the team, and then people can fundraise and donate, or fundraise, or you can make a donation, and then it all goes to the same pot. It's all electronic. It's all online, so you can share it to your social medias platforms and get sponsors and donations that way, or whatever, or just make a donation on your own and submit it in. And then if you're doing that, as I mentioned this morning, because we didn't do hats or shirts this year, what I'm going to do is make up a certificate of completion. Those of you on the team, I'll send you the certificate. And if you sign up and do the event, I'll send you a gift certificate for 10% off online services. So as you know, maybe I'm launching an online virtual fitness platform. So the classes I've been doing are going to switch to a different platform and a different setup in a few weeks. Once again, my locations are changing a bit, so I'm trying to figure out what's going to work where and when to make that work. And also I'm launching online fitness coaching. So it's one-on-one training, but there's a few different systems to it. So we're not always face-to-face or camera-to-camera, but there's accountability built in where I can know what you're doing. The workout's still tailored to you like personal training would be, but there's some apps and a program you use so that accountability's there. We know when you're working out, we know what's going on. But we can interact that way. Then there's a few calls with it. So anyway, it's not really about that, but I'll put in a 10% off gift certificate for that as well, and a certificate if you're hopping on. So if you don't want to join, or if you just want to do your own thing, obviously you can. If you want to sponsor the team, again, just search for Pat on Your Back Personal Fitness. Any donations are appreciated. Again, it's all through Terry Fox Run. It all goes to them and through that. So if you want to sponsor us, you can. If you just want to go out and make a donation and run on your own and do your own thing, then obviously that's great for you too. Whatever works for you. We're just here as a team. So if you want to hop on and create that community, again, try to meld some of these communities together like we did last week or last Sunday, it'd be great to do that. So terryfox.org. Again, wherever you are, there's probably a Terry Fox, some kind of event happening. Again, chances are it's probably virtual, but check with them, search for them, look for them, see if they're doing an event, a virtual event or platform or some sort of other event to go with it, and show that support. Get out there, again, get involved in your community. And again, if not, feel free to join our community. That it all goes to the same pot in the end. So we can build in. Again, 9 a.m. Sunday morning, Barry Terry Fox Run on Facebook for sure. Maybe Instagram, but I don't think so. They're going to do a live opening ceremonies at the Hope Tree at Barrie's Waterfront. And then again, I'm going to send them a recorded warm-up. So everybody has a warm-up to do. They're going to start at 9 a.m. So if you missed it this morning, we're not going to do Stretch It Out Sunday morning. I don't want to interfere with their opening ceremonies and what they're doing. I'll be watching and taking it in, and then completing my run before I go to work. So what I will do is later that day, I'll repost a replay of a past Stretch It Out Sunday, so you'll have something to go by, hopefully after you've done your walk or run, or if you're just joining in for the stretch, I'll post it there for you. So no live in the morning, but again, Barrie Terry Fox Run opening ceremonies for their event is 9 a.m. On Sunday morning. And again, afterwards, I'll repost a past Stretch It Out Sunday, so it's there for you. Post-run, walk, wheel, or again, to get your weekly Sunday stretch in, and then to ease into next week like we typically do. That's it for me for tonight, everyone. Again, thank you for being here, for the interactions, and for do a class now. Kimmy says we should do a yoga class, nap included. We could maybe do that. I guess if you guys snore, I wouldn't hear it, so it'd be okay. We could work with that. We'll see about that, Kimmy. We'll see what I can do. Maybe we'll set a timer. You can nap, and then I'll go live or something. But that's it. Again, take care, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for, again, making yourself a priority when you join me in the morning, when you're here in the evenings as well. Again, we're getting better. We're trying to hit all areas of our life as best we can to get better, to ascend till the end, to be operationally fit, and to help spread that positivity pandemic throughout our communities and all the communities around us to, again, help things grow and help things stretch. Thank you, Sheila. My pleasure. It's such a great cause. I'm more than happy to again mention it and talk about it. Like I said, I wanted to do more, and I wish I had of, but I want to bring some attention to it before the event itself. And again, it's important to me. It's one of the causes that I really want to get behind. Obviously, most of us have been impacted by cancer in some way, shape, or form. So it's something I want to get behind and help, and I like the organization and want to support it. And again, I love the community feel that we get at the event. Barrie's I think a spacious kind of city, maybe because I'm from out east, but it's a pretty big and spacious city. So it's nice to have a big community group together there when we usually can, and to feed off the energy of each other and to really feel the city pride that everybody has being there, helping such a great cause. So my pleasure, Sheila. It's all mine. Again, I wish to do a little more. Thank you, Bonnie, for being here. Thanks for the feedback as always. Bonnie, let us know. Again, you're in Montreal. If you want to join our team and hop on and go for a little walk on Sunday, feel free. Thanks, Natty. Nice. Good luck on Sunday with your run. Thank you so much. I may need it. Good luck to everybody. Yes, Kimmy, we'll see you tonight at 8. My sort of quick weekly entertainment report. I usually give a starting from scratch update because that's the only entertainment I take part in. He's doing all Canadian hip hop tonight as part of his hip hop week. He's had other DJs on his channel. And tomorrow night he's doing the Breakfast Club at 7. So it's all 80s music from 7 until who knows. So if you're interested, again, I'll probably share it on Facebook and Instagram. He's on Twitch. You don't need an account to watch it, but it's all 80s music, movie themes, TV themes, rock, whatever. That's all Saturday night. So that's my weekly entertainment report. That's all I know. I heard other stuff, but I was on the radio, but I wasn't really interested on who's not doing whatever. Apparently Enrique Iglesias and his wife, the tennis player, had a kid. There you go. There's my entertainment report. But again, thanks so much. It's gonna be great fun, Natty. We'll see you guys there. Again, if you're taking part this weekend, stay safe. Remember, keep your distance. If you need a face covering or something to be extra safe, take it with you. Something like if it's an athletic kind of made mask, they're usually a little more breathable, or something like a sleeve to put up. I keep forgetting the name of them, but a sleeve or than maybe a mask is. But again, have the covering. Do a little research. Find a route maybe that you think isn't as popular, then you'll know you have a little bit of space. Or again, if you can, maybe stay inside. Do it in your home gym. Then you know what's there. You know who's around in there. But if you are heading out, again, be safe. Take care of yourselves. Get a good warm up in first. Even for the walk, do a little warm up. Get your walk in. Do a nice stretch afterwards. Have that good post walk. Gator. Thank you, Sheila. Gator. I keep forgetting that. And a buff. They're called buffs as well. I've heard that term. That's the word I was thinking of. But buffs or gators, yes, so that you just slide up. I find with mine, they breathe a little easier than a mask. So if you're concerned about that, and then it's easy to pop up if there are people around and then put down when there's space around you again. Thank you again, Sheila, for all your help tonight. Again, take care of yourselves this weekend. Stay safe. Think of your class components before and after your workouts. Get your warm-ups, your cool downs, pre and post workout water, snacks, meals. Again, take care of yourself. Again, I'll post a replay of Stretch It Out Sunday during the day on Sunday, so you have that to use after the opening ceremony events are taking place. And then I'll see you Sunday night for PatFacts again at 6, and then back Monday for multi-joint Monday. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. All the best to you. Hope you're feeling better. Let's get together soon, and once you're feeling better. Not cheesecake, Kimmy. Not right after the run, but later in the day. You can have a little piece of cheesecake, okay? But not post-run. That's not really a post-run snack. But later in the day, you can have a little cheesecake if you do your 5. If you do 6K, have a little cheesecake. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, take care, buddy. We'll get together soon and touch base. So again, thanks everyone so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Again, I appreciate you so much for being here and supporting and taking such good care of yourselves and making yourselves the priority that you deserve to be. Have an amazing Friday night. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday morning for the warm-up and for the Terry Fox run, and then we'll head into next week on that right foot. Take care, guys. Stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.